Switch cameras. Boom. What's up, everybody? It's Roysko coming at ya. Get my chair so I'm in the center of the screen. There we go. And today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make that like green liquid metal, metallic looking glass. The color's chromium from, what's it called? I'm trying to think of the color company right now. Molten Aura color. Here's an example. I think this one looks a little better. These are just little ends that I have left over from other projects. See how is that like, oh, let's put some light on it. Let's really get this poppin'. Flashlight. Let's see. Is that better? Can you see a little bit better? Oh yeah, you can see what's going on a bit more now. It's got a liquidy metallic color on the glass. So I'll make a dab tool with that today. Show you guys how I get it looking all liquidy, metallic like. Right there. Ooh, it's so cool. Oh man, it doesn't do it justice on this camera in my studio. Check my page and you'll see some pics of it out in the sunlight because it really pops when you have good lighting on it. I just don't have the light right next to my camera. It's above me, so it gets in the way. Piece gets in the way a little bit. You don't get all the lighting, but super, super cool color. The things you can do with it are crazy. I have a few other variations of it, like one that's a little bit more bronze, one that's more silver. Obviously, I love the green because it's perfect for making ducks. It really gives something cool to the head. Oh, actually, yeah, right here's a dab tool. Today I'm just gonna do all green for the dab tool. This one's mallard colorway. Pretty sick, huh? All right, so we're gonna go all solid for this one. Same technique if you're doing it for tubing. I use a clear base and then I wrap or stripe the color all over it and then I twist it up to get that metallic effect afterwards. So we'll start by getting our piece of warmed up clear out of the oven. Start striping it up, and just what I'm doing right now for this solid is exactly how you do it if you were doing it for hollow work as well. Wipe off the kiln dust first and foremost. So we got our solid blank right here. Put some heat in that thing. Get it nice and toasty. And then I'll grab the color over here off screen. This is what the color looks like when it comes raw. It's a little bit metallic-y. There's none of that lines or anything to it. That's going to be the cool part, that basically just swirling up the exterior of the glass to really make it look super awesome, because it comes still looking cool, but not as cool, I think, as when you get the swirls going on there. So, time to stripe. Probably use a pretty big flame for this a lot of the time. Start up at the top and draw on that color. This might be the last that I have of this color. I don't think they have any plans of making it anytime soon. I believe they were hit by that hurricane, the first one that came through over in North Carolina. From striping, I go from one side to the other. That keeps the glass, the solid glass on the inside, from getting too hot and starting to warp it all or anything like that. I'm just applying the color all to one side. Got some issues with the warping and whatnot. So I'll go one side and then I go in between the two of those. Striping that color down it. Let the heat do a lot of the work. I'm putting a little bit of pressure, but not too much because, yeah, we just want to let the heat do the work. The glass get nice and molten. Glob all on there. Sorry, I know that doesn't look great through the camera when I go back and forth from big to little flame, but something we're gonna have to live with today. So it'll be happening quite a bit for the beginning, especially here. And we're just striping all the way around. But this is my favorite new color at the moment. Can't wait for more to come in stock so I can buy it all up. Hope y'all are having a good day. If this is your first time checking me out on the YouTube, check out my Instagram, Roysko Glass, my website, oldworldnewart.com or royskoglass.com. It'll take you to the same page. Got some cool work available there. More things dropping soon. I just finished up a run of bolo ties that are going to drop on there. Got some reefs, got some duckies. Working on getting some more glass putters made, if you've seen any of that work. If you haven't, go check out my YouTube shorts. I got some videos of me making and using glass putters. And yes, the glass is strong enough to handle hitting a golf ball no problem, actually. Gives you like really amazing feedback, really good feel for your putting. I was surprised when I made it. I thought it was going to be more just purely an art type thing. And then I made one and started using it, and they're a lot more functional than I had ever expected. So I was pleasantly surprised by that, and now I've been steady using one of mine for probably about a month straight at least, maybe 2. I'm not the best golfer, but I've had some really talented golfers and golf club makers give me some advice on them. Hell yeah. Yeah, they're sick. I just finished up one. Actually, this morning I put the grip on it, and it has a bong attached to the top of it. Because everybody keeps asking me, how do you smoke out of it? Just like as a joke every time I post it. So now I'm going to be able to show them how to smoke out of it. I'm just filling in a couple little spots on the top here where there's a gap, or actually there's just one little spot with a gap. So now I got all that color wrapped up on there. As you can see, it doesn't look like anything crazy yet, just stripes of color. So first we're going to melt it all in, and then we'll start getting weird with it. Sweet, I think I have my last rod of this color too. It was prepped out in case I needed it for this, but I didn't end up using it right there, so got one more rod of this color, and then it'll be gone for a while, sadly, but hopefully get some more back soon. I always got to give it a lot of heat, work in all that glass. I'll roll in the Marver a little bit as well. I'm just using my torch top L Marver to push down any inconsistencies, but also force the heat inside of the piece so it really melts in nicely. Close to getting to where I want to start swirling it up. That's the cool thing about this color. The way it like reacts when you swirl it, or the optics that you get from swirling it up, make it look like it's like liquid metal, like whatever that stuff is they use in thermometers. Mercury. It's like mercury or like melted aluminum or something. But green too. Got a nice shimmer to it when you take it out in the sunlight or put it under a good light. It is crazy. And you'll be able to even see it once I start twisting it up at all. It comes through like really quick. You can see all the cool effect that starts happening. So now I got it all the basics of it melted in right there. Just a glowing piece of molten glass. Cooling down a little bit. Let it cool down so that when I start doing this push and pull effect, nothing crazy happens. And there's a few ways to do it. I kind of like to get chaotic with it, so I'll get the surface really hot, use another piece of glass to twist it. I'll make some spirals. I'll do some lines sideways, some lines up and down. You could do it a pattern too, where if you just do the same amount of spiral over and over again all the way around it and drop down a level, do it again, you'll have that same pattern through the whole piece. I try to go a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more, just get more of that liquidy effect, just having a lot going on. So now I'm going to get a small section of it hot right here. So I'll start pretty much on the tip, and then I'll use the warmed up but still cooler glass, and I'll drag that stuff around. Let me see if I can do it on this side, see if you guys can see what's going on here. So I got the piece really hot right there, and then I'm just dragging it around and swirling it up. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could have striped it on all swirly too, but it's a lot easier just to stripe it and then do the swirls after. So I'm doing some up and down little switchbacks, almost like a wig wag on that little small section there. I just go through doing this to each and every piece of it. Try to make sure that I don't leave any spot untouched, because this is how you get the coolest effect by far. We got the top all. Oh, there's one little spot I want to mix right here. There we go. And now we'll start working our way down, getting the shoulders and then the center of the piece. You don't want to overheat it too much and start pulling it off or boiling it or anything, but you need to get that surface level hot enough that you can really move it around. I'm literally just getting the surface of the glass hot and dragging that surface whichever way I so please. I'm kind of letting the glass decide where I want to pull it by looking at like what's around it, so it's not constant same exact swirl, but some bigger ones, some smaller ones. So I look at what's around it. I'm like, oh, right here would be a good spot for a couple little swipes sideways. So do one swipe sideways, another swipe sideways, and then I'll put a little T through it and swirl that back up. Ooh. So you can probably see now on there how I'm getting it all to the hot spot, but it's getting all swirly, chaotic, looking really cool. I'm going to do that again and again and again. I get a little repetitive right now. And once I get the whole thing done up, I'll show you guys how I make it into a dab tool. Oh yeah, getting some big swirls on there. I won't melt in any of them until I get it all done, so you guys can really see what how rough and wild the surface will look before I melt it in. Once I melt it in, it'll all be nice, smooth, and feel great to the touch, but the colorway on it there'll be all these different variations of the green and looking super metallic, and like the way it's moving makes it look like it's a liquid. This color's been everything I've been making with it has been selling like crazy lately. There's a few collectors that just like have bought multiple pieces with it too, just because they got the first one in the mail and they were like, what is this? I've never seen a color like that before, and they're like, all right, I need a nice little collection of this right now. There's a really cool duck head on a sake bottle type design. I just posted, I think, yesterday. That one's really awesome. That collector has a matching pendant and a matching, I believe, water bottle. Just really working through all this stuff. Getting that chaos going. I'll be doing a dab tool auction probably for this tomorrow. I'll probably do a whatever Wednesday auction. And if you're watching this right now, or before the auction ends, if you win the auction, just message me, say that you watched the live stream, and I mentioned $10 off for whoever wins. So bid like normal, but so the other folks that don't watch this don't know. But message me if you do win, or when I message you for payment. All you got to do is say, I watched the live stream, and you can cash me out $10 less than whatever your bid was to win it. Little give back for the peoples that come in and tune into these live streams or watch the videos after. Tell your friends, come check it out too. Get the YouTube's popping. It's fun on here. Give me an excuse to make some more videos. Do some more live streams. It can be really fun, especially working by myself. It's nice to hop on here and chat it up while I work with you guys. Show you guys how it all gets made. Like I said, if you want to do this with, if you have some of this color sitting around and you've been like a little bit nervous to work with it, this is, I think, the coolest way to get a crazy effect. And you can do this right onto tubing. So all the hollow stuff that I made, it's the same exact process, but onto, I believe I did most of it on 38 mil tubing. That's like my favorite tubing to work off of lately, especially for like rigs and stuff. Big enough I can pull it down to make stuff with, or condense it and blow it out a little bit, but super duper manageable at the same time. And I just start with, I think, heavy wall, nothing too thick. Stripe it up like I just did, and then start swirling and swirling, getting that cool effect. And then the next part I'll show you guys is how I melt it all in. And it's pretty similar with the tubing, except for you obviously got to give it some puffs to keep that air in there when you're working with the tubing. Just going through it all and making sure I hit every spot how I like it. Down here at the bottom, so I can use the whole thing, because I won't be able to get more of this color, sadly. Maybe it'll spiral up in here. The spirals look so sick. Some little long stripes of it too. Give it a great effect as well. Alright, you can start to see how nasty it's looking too. It's all uneven surface because of how much I push and pulled every little bit of it. I wish I had a better, I gotta get a light put right behind this camera when I'm showing off the piece. But now we're gonna melt all of that in. Break out the big flame here. Start working it. We'll hit it with the Marver a little bit too. And this won't smooth it. It'll smooth out the surface to texture, but the optics of the surface will stay however crazy you got them with this. So each one of those spirals will just melt in. It won't disappear or anything when I melt it in. Some big Halloween vibes for October right now. What are y'all going to be for Halloween this year? Maybe I'll let you guys in on the secret of my Halloween costume. If you don't know, I do some great Halloween costumes. And now I have a fiance, so we did a good couple's costume last year. I was Fiona, she was Shrek. Her cousin, my roommate, was the donkey. It was a killer one. She just got her costume in, but there's a fat hole in it, so we got to see if we can get that fixed or get another one in time. She's a giant inflatable dog. It's like 8 foot tall, one of those inflatable costumes that makes you all fat and everything. It's 8 foot tall because the head's above her, the dog head. But it kept letting all the air out, so the head wasn't standing up. It looked like a dying dog. And then for me, to keep it cute and classy, I'm going to be a fire hydrant. So all of our families will think that she likes to piss on me. But it's good because we can go to the kids' parties too, go trick-or-treating with her little cousins, and I mean, the adults will get it, and the kids will just be like, "Oh, I love fire hydrants. I love doggies." It's actually inspired by our other little cousin who, I think he's 2 years old, maybe 3, and his mom posted a video of her asking him what should she be for Halloween, and then I was like, "Oh, you got to do us too," and he said he wants me to be a fire truck. He basically wanted almost everybody to be a fire truck, so I was like, "Oh, fire truck's good," but I was looking up fire truck costumes, found the fire hydrant, and I was like, "Oh, honey, you got to be a dog." The kids will love the fire hydrant and dog combo, and the adults will think it's hilarious. So I think I really hit a winner with that one. I think it might be the costume of the year. Alright, now we got this all melted in. I'm going to let it cool down for a second so I can show you guys what we're working with, and then switch it over to the lathe, get it extra chonked up for making this dab tool with. See a little of the chaos there. Put the light on it. Oh, not that. Does that help? Oh yeah, now you guys can kind of see a little bit more. I mean, look at that sparkle, movement in that glass. As it cools down, you'll see even more. See, now you guys get what I mean by liquid metal glass. The color looks like straight up liquid metal. So much movement in there. Oh, did the camera just freeze? We gotta switch cameras anyway, so. That one's frozen too, what the frig? Alright, technical difficulties. Restarting the cameras. And then I'll load up this lathe. Mic's still working, yeah. I mean, these things are plugged in. It's supposed to be auto charging, and I swear they don't ever charge automatically. I'm going to deactivate and activate again. There we go. Now we're back. I'm going to do it on the other one real quick. And we're back. All right. Both are working again. We Gucci, baby. All right, so I got to put a punty in the lathe right here. Hold the other side. I got one prepped up over here. Yeah. Just throw a punty in here, and we'll throw the other piece on the other side. That section we got made. Boom, slide that in. Oh yeah, you guys can see way better on this camera what that glass is looking like. Look at that. Liquid metal. All right, hit it with a flame. Looks like it's a little wobbly right now, so I'm gonna straighten it out before we attach the other handle there. I got it nice and hot, so it's moving here a little bit more. Now we're starting to get it. And we're nice and straight. I mean, look at that color on there. That is so cool. And we'll attach the handle this side. I'm gonna make it a little bit squatter, and I'm gonna end up shaping a pillow out of it. So I'll work the heat down, push it together a little bit. Hell yeah, man. I just made a sick Puffco attachment today, just all clear. I went a little bit simpler to make a little bit more affordable ducky one, because most of them I do all that color and whatnot on it. Pretty labor intensive, and color these days is expensive, so I did all clear except for the beak, little ducky, with the water function inside of it as well. I think that one will be up for auction on Friday is the plan. Functional Friday, baby. Tomorrow I'm planning on having this dab tool up for auction. If you win it, mention that you watched me make it and I'll take $10 off your bid. Shipping included. And then hopefully Thursday, if I have enough of this color left, I was planning on doing a little cup with at least a small section of it to auction off for Thirsty Thursday. So I might have some cool auctions up this week for you guys. I didn't have like hardly any last week, so I think all I had was that one on, or I had one dab tool, and then I had obviously the cool piece that was on Glass Pass. Glass Pass is a pretty sweet little app and website where you can purchase glass direct from artists or other collectors, sell your stuff. Pretty cool. I mean, the one bummer about it is that there's no smoking on it. So it's not like, and it's not so much just like regular social media. It's all for sales. But it's nice to have a dedicated spot for sales and auctions as well. Especially with the way that Instagram's been treating us lately. You get flagged for everything all the damn time now. It will not show anybody who's not following me any of my work anymore. Back when the weed was illegal, they let me post whatever the hell I wanted to. Now it's all getting way more legalized and they're hiding it from people. It's wild. Seems like it should have gone the opposite way, but way she goes. Way she goes. But it's opened up the door for apps like GlassPass. I've been using Twitter a little bit more, or X. I like it. I mean, I use it just to follow like sports and stuff anyways, so I've always had an account on there, but now I actually post some glass on there on occasion. Once in a while, just some weird thoughts that come into my head as well. Seems to be a good app for that. Fun place to get silly. Yeah, Doug Paraphernalia. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube too. I mean, my YouTube following's weak as hell, but I'm having fun doing it, and so I really would like to have an excuse to make more, to focus more on YouTube, the long format stuff, the live streams. It is a little bit more labor intensive. That's like the main reason why I don't post non-stop on YouTube. It's just all the editing and everything. But if I get enough followers, then it would be reasonable to get some help at least on my YouTube. Post up some more stuff. I've got a couple good ideas for some YouTube videos too, especially with the glass putters. It's kind of opened the door a little bit for some fun YouTube content, because I can do a little bit longer formats. Like for the longer format stuff, like on my Instagram I just did a single hole playing with the glass putter, but on YouTube I'd be able to like upload a 20-minute video of me playing multiple holes, seeing what I can shoot. And then I'm gonna do a video. I have one putter that I made, like it's too heavy basically. Like it still is super cool and like it works, but I like, obviously if I'm golfing I want to use a putter that is like the weight that I like. And this one's like made for like either the slowest greens or like just somebody that's just like wants a very smooth but heavy putter. So I think I'm going to do a video where I don't want to go to a driving range to do it because I don't want to break it and leave glass everywhere, but I have a net in my backyard. I think I'm just going to see what speed it takes to break the glass putter. Or if it all goes well and it doesn't break, then I'm just going to smack the balls with the glass putter like it's a driver. Shit, if it doesn't break, I'll just give it away afterwards. Give it to somebody who, I mean, it would be a sick piece just to like have in the collection, wall hanger, whatever style. Or if you like a heavy putter, like it doesn't play bad. But like for me, I've made enough putters that there's one that I like a lot more. So I play with my favorite putter, obviously, because I like trying to get my scores as low as possible. So now I'm just putting a little kick in the bottom, like you guys know, like with a wine glass. Most of my cups I try to do a little kick on it too. We call that the kick on the bottom of the wine glass, where the or wine bottle where it goes in. I think it's cool and classy in cups. I think there's something about it with wine where like certain levels of quality of wine or something have bigger ones or smaller ones. I'm not a sommelier, so I don't know too much about that. But I like to do it on these, just makes it nice and easy for them to stand. Yeah, you can see that crazy color going on there now. Getting nutty. Yeah, that's what I want to try and do, a 200-yard drive with a putter. Honestly, like I just did a par 3, 100-yard par 3, so I was thinking about doing like pick off a few par 3s from around and make a long video of that. But if this thing doesn't break, I'll play a fucking par 4 or par 5 with just the glass putter. And I'm kind of convinced it's not going to break. Is this thing frozen again? Yeah. Hold up, I got to unfreeze this camera. But the only way that I've had any damages to any of the putters was from glass. So like one, I was going to play a full hole with a glass marble and glass putter, and when I did that, the marble like chipped. It didn't actually like shatter everywhere, so that was good because it would have been a bitch to clean up. But it did leave a little mark on the front of the putter, and then one of them I dropped another putter on top of that putter, so it was a big old piece of glass hitting it, and it just like left the tiniest little mark on the top of it. That was cool. That was my girlfriend's putter. So, sorry, honey. They're like surprisingly resistant. And the thing with the golf balls is like they're made to to like compress and like launch off. So they're like rubbery as hell inside. Like, I know it doesn't seem like that, but when you drop one on the ground, it's not like a rock where it just like falls. It really bounces. So I don't know if it's even gonna break. I think it really, like, the only thing that would break is like if I had one of those, my like L-shaped putter like I did on the last one, where it's got a smaller piece of glass coming up with the shaft on it. I could see that spot snapping, but like with that huge mass and the shaft going straight into it, I don't really see one of these things breaking, even with like with an actual swing from me. As long as I'm not like going, as long as I'm not giving it to Bryson DeChambeau or some other long drive guy, I don't think we're gonna have any problems. Because of that, I'm just gonna find out what it takes to break one. Why does my camera keep freezing? Damn it. All right. Switching over to the other camera again. Hold up. Sorry, I gotta take this stuff out of the lathe. I'm gonna switch cameras for you guys before I do this next part. Because this camera's working fine now. And if there's anything that you guys see on my page that you like and want to see me do a live stream of me making it, feel free. I usually keep them kind of short and sweet, but one of these days I'll probably just do like a 6-hour make a full rig stream or something. For the culture. See how my streaming equipment holds up to a long format. I think I'm gonna really have to make sure I prep and test a little bit before. Yeah, now I'm going to add some corners onto this. What I do is I'll get the main body really hot and try to get a bit of a pulling the glass out, because I think that like gets that flow into the corner a lot better when I pull some of the glass out of the main body. And then if I need to, I'll leave on a little bit of extra glass from this prep that I had already made. The same style, same color. So I'm just going to pull that out a little bit. Oh yeah, that worked well. And cut it off. Melt that in. We'll go over and do it to the other side in just a moment. I'm going to pull that out a little bit more. Get a little more flow with it. Now we're talking. Add a little bit of extra glass on there. So it's nice and thick and heavy. You never drop your dab tool. Dab never falls over. With these dab tools, I do put metal tips into them, so you don't have to worry about the glass tip breaking. You can always make them with glass tips if you prefer that as well. Just let your boy know. But personally, I like using the metal tips around the house and stuff. I mean, I love a sick all glass dabber, not gonna lie, but that's less of a daily driver for me. I usually like the metal when it comes to the daily driver, just so I can use and abuse it a little bit, not have to think about it when I'm cleaning it up. Just be a little bit more aggressive with my dabber. Add a tiny little bit more on there. Now we're talking. Now I gotta get the whole thing hot, and we'll flatten out that bottom so it'll sit nice on your table. You have your dab tool coming up like that. Put a glob on it. Not have to worry about it falling over, nothing. And I mean, even too, you can always lay it on its side like this, and the corners of the pillow will keep it from rolling, and because it's so thick, it keeps the dab, unless you're taking like one of those super long globby boys, snake dabs like we used to take back in the day. But if you just got a big old glob of rosin on there, it won't fall off the dabber. And then just a little flatten. First little prep flatten. Get it moving in the right direction. And we'll push a little bit harder and do the actual thing right here. There we go. I got a nice sturdy bottom for it. And grab a punty. Switch axis over here. I have to clean up that punty real quick too. Bang, bang, we're getting there. But yeah, that color on this thing is so sick. Green's my favorite color already, but this one might be my favorite of all the greens. It's full on metallic. I believe it's called chromium. Sounds like it's from the future. Damn futuristic glass. It's just an experimental color that recently came out too, so it kind of is that future glass. Hopefully we do get some more of this in the future. Some more variations. Like I said, they have the silver one already, and they have a bronze one. But your boys got to go with the greens for the duckies, you know? The lathe do the work. We'll have a little drink of poo. I gotta remember to take a video of it when I'm done too, so I can post that on Instagram. Show the people what I made in case they want to come watch the live stream after. And then obviously there's a little bit of clear left on there, so I'm just going to use this to pull that off. The world's smallest punty. And melt that in, and then we'll do the other two, what's it called? Corners of the pillow. Now we'll also flatten the pillow just a little bit, so it's not just like a tube with nubs. Get that shape going a little bit more on it. Deep heat the whole thing first. These thick boys need lots of heat. I'm just rolling it on that Marver a little bit, trying to get a little skinnier towards the top before I flatten it just a little on there. And we'll go in. I don't think you guys will be able to see because I have the Marver below the torch, but I'm going to press it on the Marver a couple times, flatten it out just a little. Now you can see it's a little bit skinnier towards the top. Always hit it with the heat after you marve anything. Hell yeah, this is looking dope. So now I got that shape I want. Ready for a couple of corners. And then I'll use a pick to drill in the point where the dabber is going to be attached to. I'll put that actual metal dabber into it. I don't do that while it's hot. I'll do that tomorrow when it's all cooled down using some marine epoxy. Very strong stuff. So I'm going to pull out the corners a little bit right here. Man, look at that color. That shit is wild. I'm pulling out some glass to shape up that corner with. I'm gonna go straight to the other side on the top here. Pull this out too. See how much I want to add, if I want to add some extra glass or do some more pulling out for the top corners. Check both sides, make sure everything looks good. Melt them in just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of glass to each side before I melt them in. Just wrap a little glob on there. Boom. Same for the other side right here. Try and keep it pretty symmetrical. We'll melt these in. I'll show you guys what we're working with, and then I will have to use a tungsten pick to imprint the hole that's going to be used for the dab tool. And when you're doing the dab tools too, if you are having trouble putting in the hole, you can always go back in with like a Dremel is probably the cheapest one you can do, a little diamond bit on a Dremel. And you can get a drill mount press for the Dremel instead of buying like a full drill press, or freehand it. You can usually do it just fine freehanding it and drill that out just a bit more. I'll give this a good flash right now. Yeah, you can drill that out just a bit more, and oh, we froze again. Damn it. See, is this one frozen too? I'm double frozen, baby. All right. Let me get this guy going again. There we go, we're back for a moment at least. Yeah, you can use a Dremel or drill press to drill that out. I would say, even if you're gonna do that, depending on what kind of piece of glass you're going to be drilling into, like what's the shape of it, using a pick first to like set your mark can help out a lot. All right, so now, oh man, this is kind of a cramped little zone to do this in, but we got this. We get the top nice and hot, and we'll find the center with the, there's the center. the pick. Get it hot, hot, hot. And then we'll just use that pick to drill in a hole. Keep it nice and centered. Obviously, depending on what size tool you're putting in there, consider that when you pick which size of the pick you want to use. Pick which size pick. Drill it in. I go pretty deep with these. Oh, there I froze again. I go pretty dang deep because I like them nice and strong and sturdy and not have to worry about them breaking off or falling or anything like that. All right. Let me see this, if this works. Sorry about the technical difficulties today, y'all. I gotta figure out a better way to charge these cameras. That's what we ended up with. Check that thing out. Color is crazy. I should probably kick on the flame right here and give it a flash before I finish it up. And I gotta grab a video. Oh man. This video. Wait, I gotta not talk during the video. Made this guy on live stream, showing off how to get some craziness from this color, chromium. Super stoked on it. Yeah, oh. These cameras do not show off this color well enough, but check my Instagram, you guys will see it. Maybe I'll post up a YouTube short too for all the only YouTube people. Let me get a good grip on this. Knock off the punchy there. Little polish on the bottom. Into the kiln it goes. Keep an eye out for tomorrow. This will be up for auction at some point. If you watch the live stream and you win, let me know after you win and I'll take $10 off your winning bid. I appreciate you guys all tuning in, seeing the cool stuff this color can do, hanging out with me, watch me blow some glass. Probably be back up on here next week doing another one, so shoot me a message if you have anything, any requests for what you want to see me make. Just holler at your boy. I'll be on live stream probably some like Tuesday or Wednesday next week. That's usually the days that I do it. Stay comfy, stay ducking comfy, and have a great week, y'all. Love you.